Good evening, and bienvenue, my fond fair friends, family, and subscribers. This is your humble narrator, Diomedes Rouge, here to bring you part 4 of What If Asta Was the Reincarnation of Guts from Berserk. Now, where we last left off, Asta, Noel, and Magna have just completed their mission, so to speak. They've just taken care of the mages that were trying to, well, kill the villagers. Asta agreed to, told them to leave him behind and essentially go back to the Black Bulls while he watched over the village and made sure no one was going to get hurt by any possible, and he does mean possible, mages returning. And in such, Magna would be faster with his, well, crazy cyclone. I gotta admit, I kinda like that thing. So, they take off, and Asta just goes over and, well, he digs a grave for the poor chief, as he is, well, passed on. He helps dig a grave for the village chief, and, well, he mainly tries to help out with the damage that has, well, fallen upon the village, fixing homes and taking care of the injured. He doesn't know a lot about first aid. Well, actually, Guts knows quite a bit about first aid, but he doesn't know anything about magical aid, so he's doing his best, which is better than nothing by far. Upon that point in time of the portal opening up, he's brought back into the Black Bull base, and I'd say it's fairly late at night at this point, and he's able to, well, go off and head to bed, considering he did put in some darn good effort. Early the next morning, after the report's been made and everything, the Black Bulls have received, well, they were to receive 3 gold stars. Why 3? Well, 1 was for saving the village, and 2 were for capturing an enemy mage. Now, granted, the enemy mage has a severely broken jaw, but he was still captured, which means eventually, after some time, they may be able to pry some information out of him. However, 1 gold star was deducted from the group for having the village chief die. Asta just kind of goes, damn. Sorry, old man. Now, feeling a bit melancholy about the death of the village chief, Magna and, well, a couple of the others say, hey. We got some money from this quest. Why don't we go spend it? Quit letting it burn a hole in our pockets. Huh? Yeah, the black market will be a great place for you. Come on. Well, I'm gonna be sending most of this back over to my village, but I don't mind. Sure. As Asta's kind of grown to see the Black Bulls as a group of friends, if you will. Considering everything that's gone on in Guts' life, this has been pretty easy. This has been relatively tame in comparison. He can feel like he can relax a little. It's not as if that could possibly ever bite him in the ass. So, he continues forward. They go over to the black market, try and buy a few things. Guts spends a little bit of his money on what? We'll take a wild guess. It's Guts. He's spending it primarily on ingredients to make his bombs, or more of his bombs, as well as a hammer and some scrap steel, and, well, scrap iron and such. Why? He's planning on making a forge. Why? Simple. Crossbow bolts don't grow on trees, and nor do their arrowhead, nor do the bolt heads. Gotta make them somewhere, and making a forge is cheaper than, how should I say, trying to buy excessive amounts of them over and over again. Especially considering the ones for his arm are specialty made for, well, his arm. Yes. So he just says, alright, that'll work. Rest of the money can go back to the village. And he continues forward. That's when he hears a sudden scream. Ah, someone help! Stop that thief! As well, he sees a cloud flying by with a person on it with what looks like a purse that doesn't belong to them. Guts being Guts wastes no time, and, well, as one person puts it in the comments at one of my videos earlier, Chris, you know who you are. He takes out his crossbow and starts blasting. Oh yes, he lets a good solid 3 bolts fly. Now granted, he's accurate enough to properly aim, and he only hits the soft fleshy bit parts of him one time, basically catching one of the bolts in his shoulder, but for the most part, he's aiming for the pants legs and such. Pins him down and, well, takes the purse off of him. You bastard! Why did you shoot me? Well, it was either that or cut you in half, and to be honest, I don't want your blood dirtying my blade. And it was easier, in all reality. You're just not worth my time. Or my energy. As he just picks up the purse, brings it back to the woman, and, well, I'd say before he brings it back to the woman, he pulls out the bolts. Except for that one stuck in the leg. He lets that, in the shoulder, he lets that one just kind of sit there like, you could go to a doctor and have that removed, maybe. As Guts just walks off. Brings the purse back to the lady. Anyone who hasn't seen the anime yet, go watch the darn anime. What are you doing here? Like, don't get me wrong, I understand watching what is fun and everything, but if you don't understand the source material from what we're changing, come on. It's not as fun. So he brings it back, hands it over. Why didn't you try stopping them with magic? Honestly, my magic's close range. Running after them and doing all that would have likely gotten more people hurt. I'm more precise with, and I'm pretty precise with long-range shooting. Don't get me wrong, I don't mind going all hack and slash when I need to, but I don't prefer bloodying the streets that badly. Anyway, here's your purse. As Guts walks away, he walks over to Mag and says, everything alright, dude? Yeah, just a very inquisitive old woman. As they kind of walk off doing their own thing again. Obviously, the Magic King was the old woman the entire time. He just goes, dang it, I really want to see that magic of his. Damn it. That's so boring. Gets caught by his advisor, he ends up getting out of it, and yada yada yada. Sorry for the yadas, but trying to speed this along to the fun parts without having to drag you all down through the whole nitty gritty. So, after that whole fiasco occurs, Asta, Noel, and Luck are assigned a expedition to go investigate in some ruins. So, yes, it'll be kind of a challenge, if you will. How so? Well, the place has been booby-trapped, there's a lot of secrets still in there, and it could, and there's also going to be competition from the Golden Dawn there, who are also going to be trying to delve into its secrets. Well, really? Yes. This could be a good chance to meet up with my old rival Yuno. He thinks in his head, be like, alright, I'll take you on. I'll take it gladly. You didn't really have a choice, but I'm glad you're enthusiastic. Alright. They get sent through the portal over towards the gates, and, well, they go through the main gate. Upon entering through, Guts notices this place is just lined with traps. Like, due to his, well, Asta knows this place is lined with traps, but due to the spirit of Guts being, well, it's the spirit of Guts, he notices this place is lined with traps. Just looking all around, he says, someone did not want anyone getting the fuck through here. This is gonna be some bullshit. As he's basically able to kind of guide them around the traps. And Luck's going, how do you notice them? Oh, simple. Lots of experience dealing with bullshittery. A lot of experience dealing with bullshit. I thought you just joined the Magic Knights. How do you have experience enough to detect magical traps? You could say, I get these kind of flashes from what feels like a past life. Really? More or less. Just get these urges, these intuitions, and this place is lighting it up like there's nothing's business. Anyways, enough about me. Let's keep going. Alright, sure. As Luck kind of purposely triggers a trap, sending, well, magical blasts down their way, and, well, Asta being Asta, takes out the Demon Slayer Greatsword and, well, deflects them all back at targets. Just, I told you to watch your step. Keep on doing that, I'll cut you down. What did you say? You heard me. This is no time to be hot-headed. Not only is this a competition, but these traps are lethal. They're designed to be. Either take this fight seriously, or stay the hell out of my way. Got me? Luck. Oh, you're looking for a fight, huh? Well, I don't mind. I've been wanting to test my strength against yours for a while there, Asta. And I was going, both of you shut up. This ain't the time for this. Come on. Well, wait. Then she triggers another trap, which in turn forces Asta to react and ba-ding, it away. Luck gets bored and kind of just takes off. We'll meet him later, as we all know. We're better off without him. You know, you could have been a bit nicer to him. Nice ain't gonna solve these things. I just hope we don't come across his corpse later. But judging by well, how the others treat him and respond to him, he should be strong enough to handle a few attacks, if not be able to outreact them. As, well, they keep on walking on. Now, I will say this. They're going to encounter the smoke guy a bit early. And why do I say this? So simple. Asta there is beginning to smell something. And, well, with the being the reincarnation of Guts, his battle sense is already top notch. He smells something that's that off. He's gonna go investigate it. Why? Not only could it be a damn good fight, but it could also lead to something that could be noteworthy. And considering his current job is to, well, investigate the ruins, noteworthy things are very important. So he goes forth and charges off. That's where he finds Luck and the Smoke Mage mid-combat. Oh yeah. They are... yeah, Luck ain't tired like he was when they came across him last go around. No, this is mid-combat. Luck's still nice and peppy. And Asta, well, he just gets a bit... So this is what you're up to. Good to see you too, Asta. A little preoccupied. As he just darts around using those lightning claws, just dodging and weaving, trying to hit this smoke man, but nothing he does seems to work. Meanwhile, the smoke man's hitting him very harshly in counters. Damn it! Why won't you sit still and die? He just goes, oh, man, this is such a pain. Why can't you kids just run off? Do something else. Man, you're slowing down my schedule. You guy. There's that word again. Schedule. As Guts just brings up his Demon Slayer Greatsword. Alright. As Luck begins to get sit down one more time towards Asta and the group, says, Luck, springboard. He looks back at Asta and be like, oh, I get it. And he flips around. And Asta basically turns the sword, the Demon Slayer Greatsword to its flat, and Luck plants his feet onto the flat of the blade, in which Asta just does a full 360 spin and launches Luck like a, well, think of it like a think of it like a baseball that just got hit by a by a Major League Baseball player. One big grand slam. Straight at the smoke mage. My apologies, thinking about the Deku one as well. I'll get to that one later. Launches him straight at him, but he misses again. Unfortunately, he launched him a bit over enthusiastically, and Luck was going a bit too fast. What do I mean by too fast? Well, he went in for the hit, missed, and wound up banging his head on the wall, and then falling to the ground. That is Luck unconscious. Us just says, well, shit. Oh well. More for me, I guess. Noel. Yeah? I got this. Back off. What are you gonna... Oh, you're gonna like this. Just sit back and watch. As the smoke mage goes, finally, just one of you brats. Alright, get the hell out of my way, and you get to go take your friend and get out of here, and nothing will harm you. I promise. Just leave me alone. Well, you see, there's one problem. What? Just simple. You're in my way. And I have a feeling that you're gonna stay in my way as long as I stay in these ruins. So I think it's best to take care of you now. As Guts puts the Dragon Slayer over the Demon Slayer over his back and reaches into his pouch. Oh yes, he made a few more bombs. As he scatters 4 around from between his fingers across the floor. Why does he do that? Simple. The smoke mage uses smoke. However, an explosion creates a great amount of wind pressure, which, if someone's not expecting it, especially for a big explosion to come out of such a tiny little metal ball, or spiky metal ball, then yes, it will definitely distract them and catch them off guard. Even a fairly renowned mage such as the smoke mage. What the hell? What the? As the shockwaves sort of interrupt the spell, or rather I should say interrupt the smoke mage, Asta hauls full tail ass, just runs up, stabs the Demon Slayer greatsword into the ground, and uses it like a pole vault to launch himself in the air. Oh yes. And as he does so, he does the whole spiral slash down, full 360, coming down with the blade. And I do mean the edge of the blade. He's going for the kill. This is his Guts. Well, Asta as Guts. He's not gonna be nice. At least not to his enemies. Smoke Mage is barely able to dodge it, but he does lose an arm in the process. Son of a bitch! Ah. As Asta lands, he quickly swings around, pulls up the fully automatic crossbow, and lets loose a volley of, well, bolts. Dun 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 dun. Why does he do this? Simple. He can't directly see the mage, however he does know he's somewhere in the smoke. So by process of elimination, if you fire enough bolts into the smoke, you're bound to hit something. And he knows that he's currently on the side that has, well, luck. And he knows where he's currently facing is about 90 degrees away from Noel. So anything within that general range, well, if anything's right in front of him, it's either going to be hurt or wish it was hurt. All that winds up being left as the smoke somewhat dissipates is a smoky trail of, well, a smoke. Sorry, I don't have a good analogy for this one. Your humble narrator failed you. Sorry. As, well, the smoke car takes off and there's a bit of blood. And by a bit, I mean a good bit. Like, we're talking about a couple of pints there. Like, oof, he took some damage. We cut to the smoke mage and there's about 2 bolts in his leg, in his left leg, and his right arm's missing. It's just like, son of a bitch. What the hell is that kid? I'm glad I got out there when I did. As Asta walks over, puts away his Demon Slayer great sword, and pours some water over the poor fool's head. Luck wakes up, just going, ow, my head. Sorry about that. Thought you had him. Guess you were a bit too slow on that one. Oh, shut up, Asta. Anyways, let's go. And they're actually able to, well, encounter... Pardon me one moment. Sorry about that. Where they meet up with Yuno, Claus, and Mimosa. Now, upon meeting up with them, they are, well, Claus being the quote-unquote senior and leader of this group, begins to somewhat scoff as the Black Bulls wander up, but Asta just simply walks straight past him and walks straight over to Yuno and just says, Yuno! My old friend. As he reaches out his arm, they begin to, well, fist bump. Goes like, I missed you. So, how's life with the shiny boys? It's not too bad. Have to deal with, well, you know, standard belittlement for being a commoner, but my skills speak for themselves. Of course they do. After all that training we did over the years, of course your skills speak for themselves. As Asta is legitimately happy with Yuno, because while he does have the spirit of guts within him, his brain is still acting like that of a solid young teenager. It's like, just because your mind may be older, the body is still young. And you do feel this sense of rivalry and or just sheer kinsmanship with this person. At least that's how I'm going to try and explain it. If it doesn't work, well, sorry, that's how I'm explaining it. So, Claus just says, that was rude. It's no offense, but you don't look like you're worth time enough to talk with. Excuse you? No, excuse yourself. Do you have any idea who I am? I don't care who you are. As Asta gets up close to him. I just got through fighting a mage that can use smoke. He got away. I'm pissed. All I have to show for it was him losing an arm. Needless to say, I'm not in the best of moods. And the last thing I need is some four-eyed little man who's too big for his britches trying to walk up to me and tell me what I'm doing wrong and not addressing him. I don't know you. I don't like you. I don't want to know you. And I don't want to like you. Leave me be, and you get to keep whatever sense of pride and or dignity you have. Try to screw with me, I will break every bone in your body and make you beg for death. See? You can be a good person. See? You can be a good boy when you put your mind to it, can't you? As he just kind of ruffles the hair of Claus in a demeaning way. You know what I mean. You've ever had that uncle or teacher that just comes over and puts their hand on your head and does that harsh little rub? Like, I would hit you if I could, but I can't, so I have to do this instead. If you haven't, I have. It's not that good. That's what you feel when you get that type of head rub. And Yuno's going like, I figured he would have lost a limb by now. Mimosa's going, what? Oh yeah, yeah. Asta does not like people like Claus that well. Like, if he would have just introduced himself, he would have been fine, but hemming him is ill-advised. That's like putting a red flag in front of a raging bull. It's just asking for trouble. It's quite funny sometimes as well. Isn't he scared? Claus is a noble. Asta don't give a damn. What? Oh yeah, he'll beat the crap out of you whether you're a noble or a commoner. He doesn't give a dang. The way he views it, justice is equal, no matter what rank, race, or whatever you are. If he don't like you, he'll equally tell you. And if he really doesn't like you, he'll beat the crap out of you. So it makes him a good rival. Your guys are weird. Somewhat, but he's a good brother at least. Brother? We grew up in the same orphan area. We are kind of like family. As then Asta cuts in and says, anyways, let's get back on the hunt. As well, I'm not even going to try and disguise it because we all know who's going to pop up. Big bad boy Mars. Yup, Mars. Just a surprise attacks everyone with a barrage of, well, diamond spears. Claus tries to throw up protections, gets slammed. Luck is dodging out of the way. I'm still slightly drained. Not as drained as before, but slightly drained. Yuno's dodging and weaving. Mimosa and Noelle are, well, playing it defensively. Just Noelle tossing up her sea dragon's lair and Mimosa, well, hiding behind it. She the healer. Asta quickly turns around, notices what's coming, and, well, Demon Slayer Greatsword. He hasn't put that shit back in his book. Hell no, he's just been holding it on his back. He's figured, oh, there's enemies in this place. Why the hell would I reach inside a book when I could just hold the handle of my blade? And just starts hacking and slashing the diamonds. Why? Simple. He knows it's an anti-magic sword. He's not dumb. Things made of magic just cut through him. And he does. He shatters the diamonds. This surprising Mars just going, as he launches more. Fires more and more and more ice. Not ice. Got way too used to the other one. Diamond spears. Claus tries to counter with his steel, but gets met with, well, diamond. Come in terms of strength, diamond beats steel by a lot, so he gets sent to, well, flying more. Yuno is able to dodge around them quite easily, and uses his wind to, well, accelerate himself behind Mars, and tries to hit him that way. Unfortunately, that doesn't work quite well, as Mars puts up a, well, diamond barrier to block Yuno's attack. All that winds up doing is hurting Yuno's arm, because, well, he may be stronger, he's not strong enough to shatter diamond with his bare-ass hand. That's whenever well, Asta charges in, being, well, Asta. He rushes straight up to him and just goes in for the proverbial kill. He's met with quite a bit of resistance as more and more diamond spears get launched towards him. He's blocking, deflecting, and shattering them as a diamond hand tries to attack him from the right with a straight up punch. He doesn't quite notice this one till the last minute, so he has to, well, dig his sword into the ground and jump in the air, where he's then met by another diamond fist sending him flying backwards. He coughs up a little bit of blood, but he lands and is able to hold himself on his feet. Meanwhile, Yuno is having to dodge and weave and do everything he can to avoid the sheer amount of anti-air barrage that is coming from the diamond mage known as Mars. At least as far as they know, he's a diamond mage. Oh yes. This fight keeps going on and on. Yuno trying to come in faster. Asta coming in from the sides. Eventually they just get fed up as they both wind up getting on the same side as one another and go like, this guy ain't that weak, is he? No, in fact, he's actually pretty strong. And to think he's around our age. Hey, yeah? Remember those list of combinations we went over back whenever we were going on our way to the exam? Yeah? What do you say we bust one of those out? You sure? Yeah. Might be as good a time as any, considering this might be the one and only time we get on the same side. Like, alright, sure. As Yuno circles around to behind Guts, Asta Guts, and, creates a giant vortex of wind and launches him like a damn bullet. Asta takes out the Dream Slayer greatsword and is just going with the motion, just spinning like a damn horizontal Beyblade, just wheeling. And by that I mean he's basically curled up into a ball holding onto that sword, but he's instead of being vertical, he's going horizontal. Why? More likely to hit your damn target. As he just goes, Mars tries to put up more resistance with the diamonds, met with, the sheer badassery that is a Yuno-powered Guts, and just gets smashed and slashed straight through as Asta be Asta, or in this case, Asta be Guts, and, whacks straight into the poor bastard. Now, I would say he has enough of he entered his diamond form a bit, so he survived the initial hit, but it did knock him unconscious from the sheer impact he made against the wall. Unfortunately, they didn't plan it that far ahead, and Asta just kept on going and going and going into the other side of the room, kind of implanting himself in the wall. He digs himself out, kind of covered with nicks, scrapes, cuts, bruises, and he, attempts to pull out the sword, but then just realizes, oh wait, takes out his grimoire, dismisses the spell there, and pulls it out of his grimoire. As Mars is unconscious, he says, that works. As they all enter the main area. Mimosa is saying, here, let me help. As she attempts to heal both Yuno and Asta, considering Asta is more... Yuno has more been more damaged, but Asta looks a little bit worse. Like, Yuno has more internal injuries than anything. Asta just looks like he's been through the ringer a little. So she's able to heal them up pretty damn well. Well, Asta up to full and Yuno about up to halfway whenever Nero starts pecking Asta on the head, just going ow, what the hell? Damn bird, what? As basically Nero, being the devilish little girl she is, just keeps on annoying Asta and flying over to a certain door, and then just coming back annoying him and just runs over. Be like, what the hell? Huh? Then he realizes his grimoire is acting up. He's going, what's going on here? As he kind of shoves open the door. He's going, weird. And that's where he sees, well, the stone sword. Or at least what looks like stone. As his grimoire is acting all nuts and just going, you're not what you seem to be, are you? You're not just some book. Or some magic book I pull a blade out of. You're actually living, aren't you? Why is it wherever I go I always wind up with this weird shit following me? Alright. You've been helpful so far, so I'll keep going with you. But turn on me and you're gonna regret it, you overgrown piece of paper. As he basically takes the sword and shoves it into the book. Now, our good demon friend is eagerly excited about this. And I do mean eagerly. Because he's now been introduced with new physical material. If you remember from the last part, while Guts' inner demon, the Hellhound, was something he could assimilate, it was not physical. But now he has something physical, and he starts doing some alterations. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Oh yes. Oh yes, this is gonna be extremely fun. Now, what does Asta do? Well, that was weird. As he proceeds to leave and then hears a loud, well, boom! Goes, crap. As he moves further outside and outside the doorway and sees, well, Mars, fully awake, and now very pissed and what looks to be on fire, as he is surrounded by this diamond golem thing that has flames all around him, and he just goes, why is it that I always have to face off? Why is it that you guys are made out of some sort of crystal, never go down easy? I swear, this is just like that dragon all over again. As he, well, prepares himself. Now, Mimosa and Noelle are, well, Noelle tried to use Sea Dragon's Lair to block him, but, well, let's just put it this way. You got a raging badass known as, well, Mars, and a inexperienced caster such as Noelle. It ain't really much of a matchup. She winds up getting knocked aside even with her lair up, especially considering that she was holding it up for a decent amount of time. She gets knocked off to the side. Mimosa's trying to heal her as well. He's not as well. Yuno is trying to intercept Mars. He's getting, well, knocked off to the side. Why? Because Diamond Bitch Slap. Golem Diamond Bitch Slap. Anti-air mastery in enclosed spaces. Just BAM! Next victim. And the next victim? Well, it appears to be Mimosa and Noel. As he starts chunking diamond spears and everything else at their general direction. That's when, lo and behold, who is to appear but our loyal dark swordsman, Asta. As he's just swinging around that demon slayer like it's nothing, just hacking and slashing all those crystals away, just ding 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 ding. Reflecting quite a few of them back at him, but that's not doing much, except annoying Mars. Do you realize what I am? I am indestructible. I am your death. I cannot be harmed. I am literally diamond. My defense is unparalleled. As he begins to, well, attack Guts over and over and over again. Just, well, sending down more spears, occasionally trying to throw a punch, which is just met with him sticking the sword to the ground and blocking it straight out. And that's whenever he hears something. Asta hears something in his head. Let me out. Huh? Let me out. Break him down to nothing. Destroy him. Rip all of them apart. Hold nothing back. Bring forth destruction incarnate. As he takes a second to kind of grab his head, but when he does that, he gets slammed into the wall by one of the, well, diamond golem fists. Boom! Why? Because the fight wasn't stopping while he was hearing that. No. Fight was still going on. He just, yeah. He gets slammed into the wall. Noel and Mimosa are panicking. And that's whenever Mars begins to, well, is about to slam. He's about to bring down all sorts of pain upon these two and just squash them like bugs. But whenever he brings down that hand, there's an undescribable roar that echoes through the chamber. It sounded like some sort of beast. And as he was about to make contact, he felt an immense amount of resistance. As he came down, his hand was suddenly stopped by something piercing straight through it, and then got thrown to the side. Boom! Impacting and leaving cratering the wall. What the hell? As he sees, well, what you currently see on the image here, Guts in full armor. The full Berserk armor. As he gets up and lets out a near unworldly roar as he charges forward. Mars, reacting to this, tries to swing at him, but every swing is just met with shattering diamonds. Just left hand, right hand, just smashed over and over again. He tries throwing more spears, but all Guts does is just jump into the air and jump on top of them, moving from one to the other, to the other, to the other. He jumps up way high into the air and flips over, and does 3 consecutive flips over and over and over, bringing down that demon slayer straight on his target, smashing apart that arm he was going to use to block. What the hell? What the hell are you? Are you even human? As Guts just brings down his arm. And, well, this is the artificial arm. I'm pretty sure most of you know where this is going if you've ever watched Berserk, but just in case you don't, little hidden feature, there's a cannon in that bitch. And whenever he's in his Berserk armor, that cannon gets a ×3 multiplier. As the hand drops down. Mars's eyes kind of open wide as it just goes, Kappa! At point blank range. Yeah. Needless to say, if it wasn't for the sheer fact that he had his entire golem armor on and he'll just say, diamond exoskeleton, we can say, or rather, a layer of diamond over his skin, the sheer fact he would not just be broken right now, but more than likely ripped apart by that cannonball. Instead, he was quite literally thrown out of his golem, impacting into a wall, and shattered most of his limbs. Oh yeah. That's how bad this blast is. Like, I will let you know now, this cannon is no joke, especially when on the steroid that is the Berzerk armor. Oh yeah. And that's whenever Asta's, well, the confused Asta smells this very, very familiar smell. And what is the smell? Why, the smoke mage's smoke. As he comes in at the last minute and picks up our, well, little friend Mars, and proceeds to attempt to make an escape. Why do I say attempt? Simple. Guts is hot on his goddamn ass. He ain't letting him go. Oh, hell no. Guts is chasing after them throughout the damn dungeon, as Mimosa and Noel are just looking on in horror at what they just witnessed. It looked as if Asta became a demon itself, as he's just running full throttle. Da-doom, 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 da-doom. Just trying to hack and slash at this, well, smoke entity, we'll say. He doesn't know what it looks like. He just knows that it's a target. And that target is currently carrying his other target. We'll say he finally loses track of them after it lets out a giant plume of smoke. Asta just goes, No, I have control of this. Get out of the bloodlust, as he's been fighting this the entire time. Why is he having such a hard time? Simple. Back in his own world, he was just fighting his own inner demons. That was one thing. He conquered his inner demons and was able to use the Berserk armor proficiently. However, this is the Berzerk armor on, well, with an actual demon inside of it. Or rather, I should say, it's made up of an actual demon. It's a lot more powerful than your standard Berzerk armor. As he attempts to just regain control and just sits there and just goes, I won't be trapped inside my own damn body. As he just starts, as his body starts trying to rip and tear this armor off of him. But it can't. It's armor, metal. Guts may be strong. He may be tough. But this is magic metal. He's not tearing it off that quickly. But he is stopping himself from going berserk. See what I did there? Meanwhile, Mimosa and Noel are able to, well, somewhat catch up with him as he's just sitting down, more kneeling, holding on to his head, letting out grunts and roars of pain. Yuno finally catches up, as well as Claws, and they're basically just all looking at him, just, well, this thing that just drove off this behemoth of a person, of a mage, by himself, just sitting there, kneeling, and just looks like he's in immense agony. Yuno shouts at him, Asta! Asta, are you okay? And that's whenever it turns around. And he picks up his sword. And he starts walking towards them. In his mind, Asta's losing it, just going, no, 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 no. I won't harm them. And as he makes one more step closer, Asta slams his head into a wall, just boom! And he just does this over and over and over again, just slamming it again, boom, and again, boom, and again, boom. Until the rock itself is beginning to crack. And that's whenever Noel runs up and just grabs him and just says, "You idiot, stop what you're doing." As, well, Asta looks down and sees Noel. You can't be losing control of your magic as well. Only I'm allowed to do that, you idiot. You're supposed to be the strong one, remember? Don't let this rule over you. And that's whenever inside Asta just begins to laugh. You just go. And the armor slowly begins to fade back off of him. Just goes. Thanks. I needed a good laugh. As he, well, passes out. I hope you've enjoyed this time that you've spent with me, and I hope you all have a blessed evening and a blessed night. This has been your humble narrator, Diomedes Rouge, saying au revoir.